working as a Hadoop administrator. So around more than 3 years of experience I have on Hadoop. So I'm working for one of the reputed organization of India. So I can't disclose the company name. So can you introduce yourself? Like, can you show your profile?
Yes, I just recently finished my bachelor's in computer science. So I'm just new. I just did some research and find out Hadoop is a good market. Don't really have an in-field experience much.
So you work on
I haven't really like worked on Oracle. I used it a little bit, but not much.
So what do you know about the Hadoop? Have you heard about Hadoop?
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's the new technology for the more for the big data. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's clear that those points. So are you aware with the operating system? What the operating system is? What the
yes.
networking will? Because these are some of the prerequisites we have. So that will be clear you when we start our demo session. Demo.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a second. I have to share my screen.
Yeah, no problem.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So in our in our this demo, we are going to discuss that what is data, what is big data, and uh, what the problem faced by the organization, and how they introduce the solution for that, and what the solution for those problems, and how they have introduced the Hadoop. Then the features of Hadoop, why this Hadoop is famous today, and we'll discuss some ecosystems of Hadoop, like components, what are the components we have in Hadoop. Then we'll discuss about the career part. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, see, if you use any software, any technology, if you are using to maintain, to manage what? Data. Okay, to maintain, to manage data. That's why we are using any software or any technology. So we have some problems are there for those uh, data, for maintaining the data. We have, what are the existing technologies we have? Like the problems are data, and the big data, and the hardware problem. These are the three problems facing by the companies. Okay, the data, big data, and the hardware problem. Okay, so data is nothing but a collection of information where you collect the data and store the data, manage the data. Okay, the information is nothing but any type of information, whether the names uh, or any types of data we can collect that.
Yep.
So So here we are not discussing data. Here we are going to discuss types of data. What are the types of data we have? So we have structured data, semi-structured data, and we have unstructured data. So what do you mean by structured data? The data which is stored in a form of table, rows and columns, where you have the rows and columns. Now that data is called structured data. And semi-structured means we have JSON, XML files of Java related that will be stored in a form of semi-structured. And unstructured means like we have images, videos, binary data that come under unstructured data. Okay. So we have this many of these types of data are there. But in a traditional environment, when I say traditional environment, like current technology, okay, it means I'm saying current technology. So in the current technology, we have a good technology called RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, which is a very good technology we have in the market today, and which support only structured kind of data. Means lot of 90% it support only structured kind of data. Okay.
Okay.
We can store semi-structured and structured data, but unstructured support only 4 GB. 4 GB of data we can store at a time. In a
Gotcha.
okay.
RDBA.
Yeah, you know, you are aware with RDBMS?
No, not much. Just a little bit.
Okay. So that means a database. Basically, it is called database backend, where we store the data. So it is a software we have. With the help of this software only, we will create a database at the backend. Okay.
Okay.
So this was the first problem facing by the company, that how they can maintain all types of data together. Because today we are living in an era where you will find lot of unstructured data. Okay. If you take mobiles, if you take social networking sites, if you take like NASA data, or if you take government data, or if you take like stock exchange data, so there will find lot of unstructured data is generating. Okay, so this unstructured data, how we can maintain in this at this level, at this platform? Because today we don't have a video only up to 4 GB. Lot of videos we are getting more than 4 GB. So how we can store, how we can manage that? So this was the first problem facing by the companies, that how they can maintain all types of data together. Okay.
Okay.
And the second problem they are facing is that if data is there, if data grows, that means big data.
Yep.
Okay. Suppose we are having a hardware, we are managing, we are storing the data, but again data is growing. So what we have to do? It is a problem. So this type of a scenario is called big data. When the data grows beyond your storage, it's called big data. When data grows beyond your storage, is called big data, or we can say data which exceeds your current storage is also called big data. Okay. Like suppose I give one basic example. Like you have 4 GB of storage is there. Like suppose take pen drive, and you have 6 GB of data. Now this 6 GB data you want to store on this 4 GB storage. So for this storage, this data become
unstored.
Data, right? It's beyond the limit, right?
Yeah.
The data is beyond the limit. So that's why you can call it as this scenario also big data. So again the company is able to manage the data, but again data is growing. So what they have to do, they have to purchase the new hardware and they have to manage the data. Again the data is growing, so again they have to purchase the hardware. So the third problem they are facing is hardware. They have to purchase expensive servers like sandboxes, mainframe servers, blade servers. These are the servers we have. They have to purchase and they have to manage their data.
Okay.
Okay. So these were the three problems. What are the problems? Types of data, big data,
and
the
hardware
hardware problem. These three problems actually faced by the company called Google.
Okay.
I think you know what is Google.
Yep.
What is Google?
Search engine.
Search engine. Search engine means you will not find only structured data. Okay. You will not find only like a limited amount of data, and you require more hardware to store the data, right? So
Yes.
Google has faced that problem. So to resolve those problems, Google have came with a solution called GFS. That stands for Google File System. Okay. I think in Windows operating system you have heard about NTFS file system.
Yep.
Okay. It is as similar as that only. It is a file system which stores the data. Okay. Which stores or support all types of data, and it can support big data also, whether the data in terabyte, petabyte or exabytes. Okay. While you come to RDBMS support only terabytes of data, but Google GFS support petabyte, exabyte, or beyond that also we can store. And here we not required expensive machines, expensive servers. If you want, you can use, but if you're not having that that much of uh, facility that you can purchase the expensive server, so you can go with commodity hardware. That means normal machines, what we use regularly at home, 8 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk, that enough to start or is to install GFS.
Okay.
Okay. And here the biggest thing of GFS is GFS will not store data on single machine. It is stored single data into multiple machines. That is called
Okay.
cluster of machines.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a feature we have, Google distributed feature we have in Google file system, that it will distribute the single data on multiple machines. That is called cluster of machines. So Google have resolved all those problems what we have been discussed by introducing GFS. But again, Google facing one problem, that if data is stored on multiple machines, how we can process the data. So for that purpose, they have introduced the component called MapReduce.
Okay.
MapReduce. So what the MapReduce is do, this is the component we have for processing, where first it will map the data, where the data is located, then reduce it and give the final output.
Gotcha.
Okay. So GFS used for storage, MapReduce is used for processing purpose or doing the analysis of data and doing the batch processing. Batch processing means parallel processing. Means if you have the data on multiple machines, like 10 machines, the single data you have on 10 machines, so parallelly it will retrieve the data from those machines. It will not go and process on one machine, then it will take to another machine, then another machine, then another machine. No, it's not like that. It will parallelly process the data on all the machines and do the output. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Gaurav. So GFS used for storage purpose, MapReduce is used for processing purpose. So whatever we Google, whatever we Gmail, whatever we YouTube, na, everything is performing with this only.
Okay.
Okay. Today that means we are involved with GFS and MapReduce with the help of Google regularly. Okay. So like that, we have in one scientist is there in 2004 or we have one scientist called dog cutting, or you call it as dog cutting also. He started one project that time called Nudge. He started the project called Nudge. And what is Nudge? Search engine. That means Nudge he introduced for Yahoo people. Means dog cutting is used to work for Yahoo. So what he did, he introduced the Nudge project for Yahoo as a search engine. Okay. So dog cutting also faced the problems what Google faced, right? Because Nudge was a search engine. So dog cutting also faced the problem what Google faced. So what Google did those days, Google have written the white paper, means document. They have created the document of GFS and MapReduce, that how GFS and MapReduce will work in the environment. So everything they have written into white paper. So dog cutting is inspired with this white paper, and he introduced its own file system for Nudge project called NDFS. Like GFS is enough for Google, dog cutting introduced NDFS. So NDFS stands for Nudge Distributed File System, which is used for storage, and it is as similar as GFS only. How GFS will work? NDFS also works same, which is used for storage purpose. Okay?
Okay.
And for processing, he introduced MapReduce, same.
Gotcha.
Okay? So one component is for storage, one component is for processing. Okay, these are the two separate components we have. One is for storage, one is for processing. So these two components again taken by the company called Yahoo, and they want these two components into one software, and the software name they have given called Hadoop.
Okay.
Okay, so Hadoop having two important components called NDFS and MapReduce. Later NDFS have replaced with HDFS, that stands for Hadoop Distributed File System, and MapReduce remain MapReduce. Okay. Later this Hadoop project was taken by the Apache people. Nowadays Apache is the main distributor of Hadoop software.
Okay.
That means if you want the software, if you want any support, you have to contact to Apache people.
Okay.
Okay. So you have any queries you want to ask here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So this was a small history we have how Hadoop came into picture. That means when we install Hadoop, two important component we are getting, that is called HDFS and MapReduce. Okay. HDFS plus MapReduce is equal to Hadoop.
Got you.
Okay. Remember that.
Sure.
So we have some of the features are there of Hadoop. Why Hadoop is famous today? So the first feature is Hadoop is open source, free of cost. Anybody can download and install their own cluster. Okay.
Gotcha.
And it totally developed or written on Java language. Means 95% they have used Java to introduce Hadoop.
Okay.
Okay. Again, Java is open source, which is provided by Oracle.
Yep.
Now next we have Linux. It developed on Linux operating system. It supports only Linux operating system, no Mac OS, no Windows. It supports only Linux operating system, which is again open source, free of cost.
Yes.
Okay, so we no need to purchase Hadoop software, we no need to purchase programming language, we no need to purchase operating system. Then what? What we have to purchase? We have to purchase hardware, that is also commodity, normal. Like 8 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk is enough to start with Hadoop. Okay.
Okay.
The next feature we have called high availability. High availability, HA.
Okay.
Are you aware with high availability?
No, I'm not.
Like suppose we have a 3 machine cluster here, 3 machine nodes are there. Okay. Which contain the Hadoop data. Okay.
Okay.
So suppose this machine is crashed, lost, gone, finish. So what you have to do? You no need to shut down whole cluster. Okay. While your cluster is up and running, you have to remove this machine and you have to replace the new machine. That means the users will not face any downtime. High availability is there. High availability of Hadoop cluster.
Gotcha.
Okay. No downtime. High availability. If you lost the machine, no need to worry. Remove that and add the new machine.
Okay.
Okay. Now tell me what problem you can face here if you lost the machine.
The server can go, the data, it will go down, site or search engine, whatever you're using. Yeah.
Exactly. Hadoop saying no data loss. Means fault tolerance. Here we have fault tolerance, no data loss. That means inbuilt we have Hadoop software, replica option is there in Hadoop software, that one data, single data, like suppose you have A data is there, so that will be replicated 3 times on the machines.
Okay.
Means it creates 3 copies for single data.
Gotcha.
Okay. That is called fault tolerance or no data loss. If you lost this machine also, no need to worry because still you have the data on
2 other machines.
2 other machines. So users will not face data loss problem. Right?
You're right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So can we make more than 3 data replica, or is it normally 3 data replicas?
It's a default we have. When we install Hadoop software, default we will get 3 options, 3 replica of data. Okay?
Okay.
So you think that your data is not that much of important, so you can decrease it. Like you can make 2 copy or 1 copy also. Okay?
Okay.
You can keep 2 or 1 copy. No, you think that your data is critical. You want more copies, so you can increase also 4 copy or 5 copy.
Okay.
Okay, that you can do. And next we have scalability. Like scalability means suppose you have 3 machines are there. Now it's giving the performance issue. So what you can do, if you want to divide the workload, you can add more machine to the cluster. That means you can scale your Hadoop cluster. You can scale.
Okay.
Again, you can add more storage to the cluster. So the scalability is there. Right?
Yeah.
It supports all types of data, whether structured, semi-structured or unstructured. It supports terabyte, petabyte, exabyte or beyond that also. And it gives good performance because of MapReduce processing from the machines. That's why it gives the good performance. Okay. Are you aware with parallel processing?
Yes.
Suppose we have the machines are there. One machine is there and I am having the data like A, B, C. Okay. Now I want to retrieve this data. So my one machine server is taking 3 minutes to process the data. How many minutes?
3.
3 minutes. If I divide this data into machines, so what will happen? How much time it will take to process the data?
It will be slow. It will take shorter time, maybe 1 minute, depending on the speed.
So what we can do at the parallel processing means at the same time if we process the data, so it will take only single minute to process the data, right?
Yep. Yes.
So that's the good performance we have compared to this environment.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And mostly Hadoop is using for ETL purpose. Very important. Hadoop is using for ETL purpose. That means extracting, transforming and loading the data. Like suppose today we have the environments are there where we are getting the live data. Okay. Like suppose take banking sectors. What we'll do in the banking sectors? You are the customer of bank. So customer give the entry in their application. That data will be saved in a database. Okay. Like that like that so many users are joined with the bank and they are doing the everyday transaction. So that time your data is saving in a database and that database growing also. Okay, yeah. The data is growing in a database. So what you will do, you don't want to lose the data. So what you will do, you will extract the old data from there, transform the data and load the data into some another machine. Okay. So that is called ETL, extracting the data from database, transforming into the another machine method and loading into that. Okay, so that is called ETL. So like that Hadoop is using as a ETL purpose. That means we are extracting the data from databases and loading the data into Hadoop.
Okay.
Okay. Are you clear with ETL now?
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly Hadoop is designed or using for data warehouse, that is called OLAP purpose, history data, means historical data. And we can do the analysis that how many customers have joined and when they joined, what transaction they did, like we call it bank statements. Sometimes we want the bank statements from the banks, right? So how they are getting the bank statements? From analyzing, they are doing the analytics of it. Okay. That is called analysis. But Hadoop is not suitable, not support till now. OLTP means live data, DML operations. Live data will not get the live data.
Okay.
Okay. Like directly customer are typing the data and the data is storing into Hadoop. No, it's not like that. It's not supported till now. Like basically we have the good technologies are there which is using as a live data called Oracle database, MS SQL Server, Sybase and MySQL. These are the famous technologies we have where we can store the live data.
Yep.
Okay, so Hadoop only suitable for OLAP purpose, online analytics processing purpose.
Okay.
Now we have some users are there, Hadoop users in the world who are using Hadoop today. World users in a world who are the users like Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Amazon, Google using their own. Okay, Google not using Hadoop, Google using their own concept, GFS and MapReduce. Okay, Hadoop is using by this many of companies: Amazon, Adobe, Times of New York, OpenStat, PowerStat, Comcast, Rackspace. This many of users are there, and many more. And in India, we are using like ICICI, HDFC, Kotak, Mahindra, Jabong, Snapdeal, Flipkart, Shopper Stop, Idea, Airtel, Mahindra, and Tata.
Okay.
These are the Indian users are there who are using Hadoop.
Okay.
These are the users. Like that, we have some distributors are there who are distributing the Hadoop software. Okay. Who is the main distributor we have discussed? Apache, right?
Apache. Yeah.
Apache. Like that, we have some other distributors are there: Cloudera, Hortonworks, Karmasphere, Intel, IBM, Mapr, Pivotal. These are some of the users are there who are distributing the Hadoop software today. Okay.
Okay.
What is the difference between Cloudera and Pivotal users and Apache? That Apache providing the Hadoop software in command based, CLI based, command line interface software. That means
Okay.
you have to set up, you have to manage, you have to monitor the Hadoop cluster at command based.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Command based. I'm saying not working, I'm saying support, manage, monitor, that I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So that means we have to do it at a command based. Like that we have discussed the distributor now, Yahoo using 5,500 machine in their single cluster of Hadoop.
Okay.
How many machines?
5,000. How many?
500.
5,500. Yeah.
Machines they are using in the single cluster. Now assume that if you are using a command-based software, then how you can manage, how you can monitor the cluster of 5,500 machines, right? It is very difficult. So for that purpose, what these companies are doing, Cloudera to Pivotal, they are giving the GUI application. They are introduced their own GUI application console through which we can easily set up, manage, monitor the Hadoop cluster. Easy, very easy. Okay? And Hadoop is open source, but this application is commercial. We have to pay for this.
Gotcha.
Okay? And again, these companies will take the Hadoop software from Apache. That's why Apache is a main distributor of Hadoop software. Okay?
Okay.
And from this also the Cloudera is best. From these applications also Cloudera is best because it's giving a good support and it's giving a good applications to set up the Hadoop cluster, manage to Hadoop cluster, monitor to Hadoop cluster, good application. And they are providing the certifications also for Hadoop, Cloudera Hadoop certification. Why I'm saying good support? Because his chairman is Doc Cutting, who started Hadoop. He's sitting in Cloudera.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in our sessions we are going to see that how we can set up the Hadoop cluster by using Cloudera as well as Apache command based.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the distributors are there. Like that we have some components are there of Hadoop components, which is also called Hadoop ecosystem. And Hadoop ecosystems or components are there like HDFS. The core component of Hadoop. When we install Hadoop, what are the core components we are getting? HDFS and MapReduce. HDFS is used for storage purpose, MapReduce for processing, and we can do the analysis also, but by required Java language. The person who knows Java, they can work with MapReduce.
Gotcha.
Okay. Like that, Hadoop supports some other components also on top of HDFS and MapReduce. So on top of HDFS and MapReduce, we have some other components. Okay. That means these other components again store data on HDFS and MapReduce only. Okay. So this is also a dependent component of HDFS and MapReduce. Because when we install Hadoop, we are getting these two components. So these two components is nothing but Hadoop. On Hadoop, we can install these components. So what are the components we have? Like I have told you, HDFS support all types of data, structured, semi-structured and unstructured data, right?
Yes.
But for structured data, we have a problem in that. We can't perform the DML operations in that. That means we can't do insert, update, delete data in that.
Yeah.
So for that purpose, Hadoop introduced their own database called HBase, Hadoop database. Okay. If you come to database terminology in traditional environment, we have a one standard language called SQL. Are you aware with that? SQL?
Yes. Yes.
So with that language, we can insert, update, delete data in a database. But HBase is a no SQL database. That means you are not going to use SQL here.
Okay.
So what you are going to use? You are going to use Java commands. Java written commands are there which we have to use.
Okay.
Okay. No, I know SQL. I don't know Java. I want to use SQL in Hadoop. So for that purpose, we have a component called Hive.
Okay.
Which having a standard language, a Hive language called HQL. That stands for Hive Query Language. Okay.
Okay.
But the problem of Hive Query language is it don't support DML operations. No insert, update, delete. It supports structured data.
Gotcha.
Okay. So then what is the use of Hive? Hive is very, very important component of Hadoop because Hive is using as data warehouse analytic purpose. And we can perform ad hoc query also. That means we can integrate Hive with HBase. Means we can see HBase data through Hive or Hive data through HBase.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So the question is, if Hive not support DML operation, then how we'll get the data in Hive? So Hive will get the data from sources.
Sources.
No, from sources. What are the sources we have? Any RDBMS databases. Okay.
Okay.
Just I told you the example of bank. Bank will store the data in a database. From there we'll extract the data and load the data into Hadoop. Right?
Yes.
So that is the source we have. That is called source, from where we are getting the data into Hadoop. So taking the data from any backend and storing the data into Hadoop will be done by Scoop. Okay.
Okay.
Scoop is a tool we have which migrate the data from RDBMS to Hadoop and Hadoop to RDBMS. Vice versa it will do.
Okay.
Okay. That means you can call it as Hadoop Scoop is a ETL tool. Hadoop having a ETL tool called Scoop. You can say like this. Okay.
Okay.
And next we have so many animals are there in this. So to monitor that animals or to make a coordination of those animals are nothing but component names. Okay.
Yep.
So for that purpose we have zookeeper right there. Zookeeper.
Okay.
For coordination purpose, coordination of cluster.
Gotcha.
Okay. And next we have pig. Pig is there. So by using MapReduce you can do the analysis, right? But we require Java. By Hive you can do the analytics, right? But we require SQL. But the person who don't know Java, who don't know SQL, how they can work? How they can do the analysis? For that purpose we have
Pig.
Pig is used for analytic purpose. Who don't know Java, who don't know SQL, they can work with Pig.
Okay. Is it graphical interface?
Sorry?
Does a pig has a graphical interface?
No, we have a command based. We have both is there. It depends.
Gotcha.
Okay, most of the organization will use only command based.
Gotcha.
Like that we have Hue is there, Uzi is there, Avro, Impala, Spark, Storm, Hue. Many more components are there. Okay. But if you want to start your career with Hadoop means you require this many of components. HDFS, MapReduce, HBase, Hive, Scoop, Zookeeper, Peak, Uzi.
What's Uzi for?
Uzi is used for scheduling the jobs.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do the analysis of from MapReduce, the data what you store, so you can schedule the job through Uzi.
Okay.
Okay. At the time it will schedule, it will work, it will perform the jobs. According to time we can schedule it.
Sure.
So if you want to start, you require this many of components, and if you want to ask anything, you can ask here.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So like if you come to career part, we have like lot of jobs are there in Hadoop today. Like Hadoop data scientist, Hadoop architect, Hadoop developer, Hadoop testing, Hadoop administrator, Hadoop operations, Hadoop analytics. Okay. From that we have the mostly important jobs are administrator and developer. So if you are looking for Hadoop administrator, you require a Linux operating system knowledge compulsory. Okay. Compulsory Linux operating system knowledge, and in our what the role have to perform by administrator is to set up Hadoop cluster by using Cloudera or Apache in GUI or command based. You have to manage, you have to monitor the cluster, You have to check the security by Kerberos. You have to install other components on top of Hadoop like HDFS and MapReduce. And if you want, you can take a backup and you can restore. If your cluster is running slow, you can check the performance and troubleshoot it. You have to add the nodes. Adding the nodes. Nodes are nothing but machines here. Okay. You can add the machine, remove the machine, and you can apply the patches. Some more tasks are there. So these are the roles have to perform by administrator, but they require Linux operating system. Okay. If the people are looking for developer, they require compulsory Java.
Okay.
And there you have to write only MapReduce program. Like according to your company, how you want to retrieve, you process the data from MapReduce. You have to write the programs.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So these are career part we have. So in our sessions, we are going to see like basics of Linux, that what the Linux, how it will work, what are the commands we have, okay, and then we'll start Hadoop by using HDFS, MapReduce, HBase, Hive, Scoop, Peak, Zookeeper, Hue. This many of components we are going to discuss, including the setup also, like how we can set up the Hadoop cluster by using Cloudera and Apache. Okay, so basically it's a 30-day sessions we have, like 7 days of Linux and 21 days for Hadoop.
Okay.
Okay, and daily 1 hour sessions weekday and weekdays, and if you want the weekends, we can take 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours also.
Okay.
And in a single machine, we are going to set up the Hadoop cluster by using VMware software.
Gotcha.
Okay, by using VMware software, virtualization software, we are going to install multiple machines in single machine.
Okay.
So you want to ask anything?
So what do you cover in Linux?
Like I will cover the introduction part, and I will cover like introduction part. Then we will discuss the installation of Linux, how we can install the Linux. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss the basic commands. What are the commands we have? Basic commands, and then we'll discuss user and group management, that how we can create a user and how we can create a groups in Linux. Okay. Then we'll discuss the permissions, that how we can assign the permissions. Then we'll discuss the networking, and we have some extra commands out there.
Okay.
So this many of
Go ahead. What were you
so,
saying?
Sorry?
What were you saying? You were saying something. Go ahead.
Are you aware with Linux?
Yes.
So you want the Linux sessions or not? You can tell.
Most likely not. I've done almost. I know pretty good
Linux work on?
Recently, I think it was 14.4.
Which 14.4? We don't have any version 14.4 in Linux.
Or maybe 10.4, I think. Yeah, with the Ubuntu, sorry. Yeah, Ubuntu.
Oh, you have worked on Ubuntu. So basically, we are not seeing the setup on Ubuntu. We are going to see the setup on RHEL, that stands for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay. So that we'll see only installation. So the commands are everything will be same.
What was the name you said? RHEL,
Red Hat Enterprise Linux. RHEL.
Oh, okay. So I used Ubuntu. Yeah.
So yeah, you are aware with some of the commands of Linux, so it will be good for us. We can directly jump to Hadoop also. Just we'll discuss some overview of the commands. So that means you can get an idea that what are the commands we are going to use in Hadoop. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see the installation steps also on like according to Hadoop setup, how we can install the Linux, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's all. So how does it? Sorry. So how does the Hadoop training goes? Like, do you give me a task to complete, or do you watch on my screen while I do those, or how do that?
Yeah, basically what I will do, I will discuss the theory and I will show the practical. So you will get the video sessions of those. So
Okay.
you can do the practical by seeing those videos. If you face any issues, if you face any problem, you can come to me in the next session. So you require the TeamViewer software. If you are facing any anything, so I will connect to your machine and will resolve those issues. Okay.
Got you.
It's clear?
Okay. Yeah, it's clear.
Sure.
Okay. That's all the question I had.
Yes, exactly. So are you there, Chaitanya sir?
What's the market right now for Hadoop?
You are asking hardware?
No, yeah, like what kind of hardware are there that they use other than just the commodity one?
Yeah, basically in a organization they will not go with commodity because they have some critical data will be there. So they depend on some blade servers are there. According to in that they will believe in this, which is providing by IBM or HP or Dell. So some companies providing those software that we'll discuss later. For our practical, if you have like 8 GB RAM and like a 200 GB hard disk is enough to start. Any processor we can use, but 60 it have to be 64-bit.
Okay.
Okay, and 8 GB RAM means you can create only one machine. If it is 16 GB, that is okay for us.
Okay.
How much what configuration you have?
I'm not sure about the RAM, but I think I have 500 GB and it's the 64. But the
Yeah,
RAM,
just
I'm not
so
sure.
the next session we'll discuss about it.
Okay. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all my question were. Nothing else. Yeah, my RAM is low. I have only 4 GB on it.
4 GB, no issues. We can create one machine, but it works very slow.
Okay.
If you have any other options, like you have any other laptop or you have any desktop, or you can get from your friends for doing the practical, that is better for you, or you can extend also. You can extend
Oh,
more.
sure. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Thank you, Abdul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Gaurav, for joining today. And
Sure.
sorry for late.
Oh, no problem.
I
Where,
sleep in a
where are you
meeting.
based in India?
Uh-huh.
Where are you based in India? Which city you from
I'm from
Hyderabad?
Hyderabad,
Oh,
Telangana,
okay.
Hyderabad.
Gotcha.
So basically, you are also from India.
Yeah, I'm from India. I'm
From
from
where?
Gujarat. From Gujarat.
Gujarat. Okay, okay.
Oh, okay. So no problem. I will see you next time, I guess. I don't have any questions. Okay.
Okay. So maybe my coordinator, Mr. Chaitanya, will get back to you on this. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, fine, sure.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay.